we are at the opening of Part 2 on Trouble at Sandpoint.
And we have 2 locations closed, so we're trying to track this villain down.
And let's see what happens. Alright, a traitor. And it says here, before the encounter, discard a random ally from your hand. Discard a random ally. I only have the dog that I must discard.
Aww.
I had him there because my perception was so low, but...
Yeah.
Oh well, geez, stupid. So the dog was a traitor.
Did he go off with the traitor?
Yeah!
Give him a biscuit.
Like, you stupid!
Like, I'll give you a Scooby snack!
my dog's a traitor! Oh, man, that's awfully funny. Alright, so you traitorous dog. Alright, so he is going to be a combat 11, and he is going to seriously regret the day he made my dog run away. So, I roll a d10 for my strength, and I do have a +5, so that means I need to just roll a 6. Well, why don't we go ahead and just really make him pay? Let's use our... we could go a mace. Why not? That'll be an additional d8. I will then... I will then recharge it to add another d4. So then that will give me a 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And all I need to do is get a 6 with 22. I
think you can do it.
Those odds.
I think you can.
However, I am also going to use Harsk's ability to recharge a card to assist another character at another location to add an additional d4.
Okay.
So, here we go. Let's see what happens. So, here is Harsk, 3. Here is my normal d4. There is 4. Did I already get him? I already got him? Goodness, 18 more.
Alright.
So, I think he has been defeated. So, that'll get rid of the traitor
Take
now.
that, traitor.
Traitor's dog taker. Okay, so that will end his turn. So, I will flip over for Lenny, and I will draw back up.
Uh-oh.
Spaghetti-o.
A Goblin Commando.
Alright, so the Goblin Commando has a combat 9, and it also says before the encounter, the Goblin Commando deals 1 ranged combat damage to
that
you.
is just so mean.
Poor Lenny.
Well, that's okay. I'll get rid of the
Lightning
spell.
touch.
I don't really need it. Okay.
Okay, so Lenny, how are you going to handle the Goblin Commando now?
Well, let's see. I need to roll a 9.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's for your animal, your D4.
Yes. I may discard a card to roll a d10 instead of my strength or dexterity die. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll discard my blessing.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Alright.
Alright, so here is for my strength. Here is
for your animal.
my dog.
So that'll give you a 14, and you need to get a 9. But you have a +1 on your strength, so you'll have to just get an 8.
Yeah, I'm thinking I still want to add some more to that.
You want to use your strength
I could add
spell?
a +3.
I like that idea.
Okay, let's do that.
Now, hang on.
Yes.
At the old light, it says at this location, add 1d6 to checks using the fire trait. So, there's your d6.
Why is it using the fire trait?
I don't know. It just says using the fire trait. So.
No. If my check uses the fire trait, then I would add a d6, right?
No, I believe it just allows you to use the fire trait, dear. It says add 1d6 checks using the fire trait.
2 checks using the fire. Okay, well this says, for your combat check, discard this card to roll your arcane or divine plus 1d12 with the fire trait.
I see what you're saying.
See, the wording's differently.
So you're saying the card has to have the fire trait on it.
Discard this card to add 1d4 with the fire trait. It doesn't say add 1d6 with the fire trait. So that's not it.
The wording on these cards drives me a little badonkadonk.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay, so I've got a +3 because of my strength card.
So that would take him down a total of 4 then. So you would just need to get a 5.
5 with these 2. Let's do this.
All them separate. You know how that works.
Ha!
There you go. You got him. Okay, so now you can attempt to recharge your strength spell, correct?
Yes, I need to roll a divine. I need to do a divine 8 check. So I roll a d10
with a d4 because of your dog.
Oh yeah, every check gets the d4. I forgot about that. I just have to roll.
Got it.
Yes.
Good job. Okay, so that strength spell now will recharge instead of getting away. Okay, so he is gone. Very good. Now, are you all finished then?
Yes.
All right, so why don't we go ahead and flip this over then, and we will now allow Harsk to take his turn. So we'll flip over the next card there. Oh! What you want? All right, so it says here that before the encounter, choose a character at your location to summon and encounter a wrathful SINSPAWN henchman. So,
I can do that.
okay, if you think you can, why don't we encounter the I'll let you encounter the wrathful SINSPAWN henchman. So let's pull one out here. Should have one in here.
You can't avoid her.
I don't know. There it is.
Evade. You can't evade her.
No, I can't.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
So there's your wrathful SINSPAWN. And it says, before the encounter, succeed at a Wisdom 6 check, or the difficulty of your checks is increased by 1 for the rest of the turn.
So I have to roll a 5 with a d10.
So it's good that you rolled a 4. Okay. So now he is a combat 10 for you to be able to, defeat.
Alright, so I've got my d4. I can use, fire sneeze.
Yeah, because that's going to allow you to add an awful lot.
For your combat check, discard this card to roll your arcane or divine die. So that would be my d10 for divine. Plus 1d12 with the fire trait.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
and another d6 because of your location ability.
Oh, man.
Yep.
I should be fighting her instead of this wrathful SINSPAWN.
Well, okay, now, here's the thing. I want to show you something real fast.
Okay.
She's got 2 checks on her. One is combat, the other... Oh, it's combat or arcane. Okay, never mind. I was confused there for a second.
All right.
But I am no longer.
Succeed. Okay, well, hopefully I'll be able to recharge him. So, here we go.
I sure hope so, because that is really cool. Alright, well, he is definitely defeated.
Rolled a 12!
Okay, now...
Awesome.
Now you must roll a... Okay, now it says here that... I'm not sure this technically isn't an encounter, is it? Because he was summoned. That's not really an encounter.
Yeah, it says summon and encounter a wrathful SINSPAWN, so I did encounter him.
Alright, go ahead and roll that then. I still think that's a little cheesy.
There we go.
So,
Alright, so I need to succeed at a divine 8 check, so I have to roll
your d10 and a d4 and get an 8. Come on.
I need to get a 7.
Or a 7.
Okay.
There's a 2, get a 5. Oh, you're
I'm always 1 short.
Oh, well.
I discard my fire sneeze.
Alright, so now, let's see if she has anything else real quick. It says, if undefeated, succeed at a Wisdom or Divine 8 check, or move to one other random location. So, alright, so I just need to get a combat 14 to be able to defeat her. Alright, so this is a big deal. We obviously can close down the old light location by beating her. So, if you have blessings, let's use these things. So I have my own blessing I will use. Because I'm going to use my shock bow, which is going to allow me to roll 1d8 for my dexterity. I've automatically got a +4, and then the shock bow will give me a plus as well, so I have a +5. So all I need to roll is a 9 at the moment. So I'll have 2d8s. I'm trying to get a +9. If you use that, that'll give me 3d8s. I feel like this is kind of an important situation.
Why do you only have 3d8s?
Okay. I have a... Oh, I'm sorry. It would be 4d8s.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
4.
4d8s. I'm going to suggest something here real quick before you use your blessing.
All right.
I have my luck stone as well that says discard this card to add 1 to your check. That would mean I'd only need an 8. And it also says that if you fail a check by 1, you may bury this card to succeed. That means I only need to get a 7.
With
possibly.
4d8. Or with 3d8s.
With 1, 2, 3, that'd be 8, 16, 24, and I'd only need to get a 7. That would prevent you from having to use your blessing up.
I think you can do it.
I do too.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my luck stone as
All
well.
right.
So here we go. Okay, so she is now beat up. So that means I discard this. All right, so I'm safe there. Now she has been defeated. So we are now going to close down this location automatically. We don't have to worry about anything.
You couldn't recharge your luck stone?
Actually, yes, I could. It said succeed at a wisdom or survival 9 check, which I could potentially do if I roll a 6. And I rolled a 1. Okay. So, thank you for that. I always forget that. Here is his die. Let me put that back on the floor. All right. Okay. So this location is now closed. And now we need to take her, and what are we looking at? 1. Oh, shoot. You could have temporarily tried to close this, and I could have tried to temporarily close that. I don't know why we forgot that. We would have done that if we didn't forget.
I don't know if I would have wanted to banish a card from my hand.
Well, I would have summoned and defeated a SINSPAWN henchman. I know for a fact I would have done that. But it's our own fault we forgot, so it's our own fault.
Messed up.
So we know where she would have been otherwise. That's the thing. That was a big mistake on our part, because then we could have just concentrated on these two, closed them down, walked over there, and she'd have been history.
That's okay.
I can't believe we made that mistake, though. That was...
We'll find her.
Silly mistakes like that. It really drives me crazy when we do that. Shuffle that one, and I'll shuffle this one. Because now she could be at any one of these 3 locations, whereas we know where she would have been before.
What type of card is she? A monster?
Yeah, she's a monster.
Type of card? Okay, I can use my spell to try to flush her out.
You gonna flush her out? like the turd you are. I want to flush you out like the turd you are.
Alright.
Alright, so that would end Harsk's turn. Okay. So I am
It is now Maricel's turn. Maricel's going to use her Holy Candle. Bury this card to shuffle 1d6 random cards from the Blessings discard pile into the Blessings deck.
Good job.
3.
I just took the top 3. I don't think I never pay attention to that.
Okay. So, I guess I'll just stay here.
Oh, you are? I'm sorry, I don't mean to flip your card. Go ahead. Ah, you automatically get it.
Alright.
Yep. That was neat. So that means you can explore again too if you like.
Just use it to explore again.
That's totally up to you. You don't have to.
Let's go. Let's find her.
Okay, so Holy Light. This is a Wisdom Divine 8, which I don't think that you are able to get.
No, I only have a d6.
Well, that stinks because that is a divine skill, which means you could have used... Lenny could have really used that one. That one's cool. It's a really good spell. Okay. What... You thinking about trying to add something to it to acquire?
Yeah. I could roll 2d6s if I use my blessing. And then I would have to try to get 4 each time. That'd still be hard.
It would be hard.
Okay. Well, why don't I use Lenny's blessing since I'm trying to get it for her? Just a thought.
Too bad I have my Blessing of AUGURY, which is an intelligence check. I do have a wisdom one in my deck. It's too bad I didn't draw it. Or I think you have it. I can't remember.
So I'm going to roll 3d6s.
Woo!
Good thing I had another one.
Yay! Good job! That would have been really disappointing if you would have done that and then failed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw back up.
Alright, so that'll be Valero's turn now. So he will see what his next monster is. A plague zombie.
Oh, and I never drew her back up.
Oh, you didn't?
No, because I was waiting for Harsk to fight.
Honey, actually, he was the fourth one, okay?
Yeah.
And you helped fight. You fought the SINSPAWN. You fought the SINSPAWN. That's why your hand's low. The fire sneeze and the blessing is what you used.
From
so
that.
You're correct. You're correct.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so now let's get back to business here. So the plague zombie, it says a check combat at 11. The plague zombie is immune to the mental and poison traits. If undefeated, banish the plague zombie, and each character at this location must succeed at a Constitution or Fortitude 6 check or be dealt 1d4 acid damage. You don't scare me. You do not scare me. Okay. I will use my GREATAXE, which says that I use a d12 plus my strength die, which is a d10. And plus, I will, let me see here. You may additionally discard this card to add your unmodified strength die. Okie dokie, which means I recharge it, and I get an additional d10. Okay, Plague Zombie, you are about to meet your maker.
Down.
So all I gotta roll is a 6. There you go.
You are dead.
Alright, Plague Zombie, bye-bye. Alright, and I don't really have anything I could draw here, so I will end his turn, so go ahead.
Okay, now it's Lenny's turn.
Go, Lenny. Go, Lenny. It's your birthday. Ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah. You were looking at the Shrine of Lamatsu, and I was like, ugh. You're kind of pressing your luck on that.
Oh, wait. I wanted to use this spell.
Okay. How do you say that?
Augury?
Augury?
I think.
Okay.
Discard this card and choose a type of card and examine the top 3 cards of your location deck. If there are any cards of the chosen type, set them aside. I'm going to go with Monster. Return the remaining cards to the deck, shuffle it, and then...
Well, what happens to the card that you set aside?
It goes on. Okay, let's see. Put the cards you set aside together in any order at either the top or bottom of the deck.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We haven't come across any allies in here yet. There's 3 of them in there. So if you said ally, there's a good chance that you might find 3 allies, or I guess I don't understand your spell yet.
The reason I'm going with Monster is that if we find the villain, then we'll know where she is and I can put her...
On the bottom or on the top?
On the top.
You can put her on the top? And then do you have to encounter her, though?
I can have whoever comes next encounter her.
Okay, I like that idea.
Well, yeah, I think I would have to. If she's the only monster, I would have to.
Does it say encounter, then encounter? Because you don't have to encounter if you don't want to.
Don't you have to flip a card over at your location?
Nope, you do not.
Oh, okay.
So...
Alright, so let's do this. 3 cards.
And...
You're right, there's an ally.
Just one, though.
None of them.
Ooh, I hate explosive runes.
None of them are a monster.
What happens to these?
Return the remaining cards to the deck, shuffle it.
Do they go back on top?
No,
or you just shuffle the whole thing? Okay. Explosive runes are in there, which really stink.
Well, Maricel's good at those. So.
Well, she is. But what I'm saying is everybody's affected by them at that location. So when they blow up, they hurt you all.
Okay. So in other words, I shouldn't have 2 people at this location.
Well.
Okay, so now I have to do a Divine 8 check to see if I discard this.
Roll your d4 as well?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're in it?
Oh.
2 ones?
Right.
Hey, that makes an 11. Alright. So are you going to go ahead and explore?
Sure.
Oh. Serdok Dorokos. Recharge this card. Okay, first he's a Charisma Diplomacy 8. Hang on before you get your dice. Recharge this card to add 1d6 to your check to acquire an ally. Banish this card to return an ally from your discard pile to your hand. Okay, now listen.
Okay.
The Village House. At this location, when attempting a check to acquire an ally, you may instead recharge a card to automatically acquire the ally. You can automatically acquire him because you have 2 cards in your hand that you could just recharge.
I could.
He is really good.
Okay. Let's see. Who do I want to recharge? I mean, I can recharge to explore again, so I kind of like having 2 allies.
You just want to roll for him then? I don't know. I mean, all he's doing is helping you acquire ally. We sure could have used him at local heroes.
Yeah.
But truthfully, I'm not all that concerned. I personally don't know if I'd want him all that much in my hand.
Okay.
I guess it just, he'd have to be in your hand at the right time.
Got him
and
anyway.
You got him anyways.
I didn't want to recharge my...
You are awesome.
So...
Are you all done, or you want to keep going?
I can explore again, but I think I'm going to leave so Maricel can deal with those explosive runes by herself.
Alright, so I'm going to flip over the next card.
Yes! Got my
Harsk is, I'm thinking, going to head down here and fight with Valeros.
Okay.
And, Wand of Force Missile. It is an Intelligence Arcane 7. My intelligence for Harsk is only a D6, so I can't even get this unless I added an item or a blessing. Wait a minute. Ha! The Blessing of IRORI. Discard this card to add 2 dice to a non-combat intelligence check. That's what this is. I could add...
Intelligence.
I could have 3 D6s if I wanted to. But it says here that for your combat check, bury this card to roll 4d4 with the arcane and force traits. That's kind of cool. And it's an item, which means Lenny could carry this around and it's not considered a weapon.
Yeah.
I'll try to pick it up for her. I will use my Blessing of IRORI, and that'll allow me to roll 3 d6s, and I have to get a 7. Oh, come on. 6, 7. Yeah. I just did do it. Now, before my turn's over, I'm going to use my Staff of Minor Healing, and it says recharge this card and choose a character at your location to recharge 1 random card from his discard pile. So, I'm going to recharge this. And now, I'm going to take a random card. Why don't you just pick one? Okay. And I believe it got recharged as well, right?
It's your luck stone.
All right. So we'll put that on the bottom as well. And that will end my turn. I sure do got a lot of stuff in my hand that I don't need for him, but all right. You ready?
Okay, it's Maricel's turn.
A light crossbow. It takes a dexterity ranged 4 to pick up.
Okay, well, her dexterity is a d12 plus 1.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Yeah, having a hard time with that. Problem is we've been playing with the other characters for a while, and I think you've kind of forgotten her a bit.
Yeah.
So you just need to roll a 2 with a d12.
I think I did.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
very good.
Now what am I going to do?
I don't know. I don't think it's necessary for you to keep exploring.
Well, I don't need this.
Holy Light? I don't know. What if you come across the...
I don't know why I didn't just think to give Lenny that spell. I mean, Maricel and Lenny are right here together. Check.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was... My fault. And plus, you would end up losing the card if you used it. And the whole reason you got it is to give it to Lenny.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this with 4 because we're able to just kind of acquire things for each other more so than what we were doing.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
You all done?
Yes.
So now it's Valeros' turn. Here we go. Wrathful SINSPAWN. Before the encounter, succeed at a Wisdom 6 check, or the difficulty of your check is increased by 1. Do you think I care? My Wisdom is a D4. Bring it. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I have my Warhammer, so he will be a check 10. So I will roll my strength, which is a D10. The Warhammer gives me an additional D8. Then I will recharge it for an additional D6. And I have to roll a 5 with this. So 10, 18, 24, and all I need is a 5. I like my chances here. Okay. So, here we go. There we go.
Wow.
You're dead! Alright, so Trouble in Sandpoint says during this scenario that you must roll a d6, and we are safe, so we do not have to discard an additional card off of the Blessing deck. So that monster goes away. Okay. Now, let's see if she was in here. Okay, that was an error. We actually forgot to do the actual win closing action on the location, which would have forced me to summon and encounter an additional SINSPAWN villain. I still think that I would have beaten this thing, given the fact that I was Valeros, and I mean, he is a beast when it does come to fighting monsters. I would not have had a weapon, but we had plenty of blessings to boost him up to where I don't think this would have been too much of an issue. But yeah, we did forget it. Divine checks, if I last recall. Am I correct?
She'll go over here.
Well, here's what I'm kind of getting at. You do not have to flip a location card. You don't have to explore.
We can temporarily close them.
That's right. So we can end this game here really soon if we wanted to. If we wanted to. The thing about the Shrine of Lamatsu is that you are going to take damage exploring there because of the blessings, but there are 3 blessings, which is technically 4 now because we had to add 1 because of that thing. Kind of wonder what kind of blessings might be in there. Maybe we'll find some good ones. Given the fact you have a Staff of Minor Healing and a Cure card, maybe we're not so concerned about taking a little damage. Just throwing it out there.
Well,
I'm going to send Harsk up there as well, so I'm thinking. Because Harsk will actually aid Valeros better if he's not with him.
Okay, well, what I'm looking at is that right now I don't have any spells or weapons or anything to help me if I encounter a monster.
I don't have any weapons either with Valeros.
Or a barrier.
Hey, wait!
I don't have anything to help me with either one of those.
Harsk can give him items, so I can actually just give him something, so I'm fine. Okay. So what are you thinking about doing?
I don't want to...
I tell you what, let's look.
I don't want to explore here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards still in the Blessing deck, okay? We know where she's at. We could play around and just keep collecting all of this stuff if we wanted to.
Down here and she'll see what this item is.
Okay, we'll go ahead and, I guess, take the item. That was kind of a weird thing to do. Okay, so you get caltrops, I guess. I don't think you have to perform the check. I think you just get the item when you go there. So, so congratulations, you have caltrops.
Okay.
That was a weird turn. I must say, I don't really understand why you did that. You don't really understand either. Alright, so is she done, or...?
Well, I can explore again, but it doesn't... You're supposed to explore the location you're at, right? So...
I think when you...
Oh, I need to play these. Here we go. Recharge this card. Choose character at your location to recharge 1 random card from his discard pile.
Okay. Still say that was a really weird thing to do. It's really weird. Oh, just there you go.
And I got my dagger.
Yay, your dagger!
That's great.
Just what you wanted.
Reveal this card. Choose character at your location. D4.
+1 to
+1.
recharge. So you get a cure spell. So you get 2 more back. You want me to draw again for you? I did so good last time.
Yeah, you did great.
I'll take these 2.
Alright.
Hey, I actually did do good that time.
Yay! Fire sneeze.
Now you can try to recharge your cure, right?
Yeah. Gotta roll a 7, right? Oh.
Yep, you get your animal. There's a 4. And there you go. It recharged.
Okay.
I guess, good job.
Weirdest turn ever!
Well done.
Alright.
Alright, so you all done?
She was scared. She didn't want to explore that or that. What else was she going to do?
I don't know. Are you all done?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that concludes Trouble at Sandpoint Part 2.
And we've made some pretty big blunders. Number 1, we should have temporarily closed down the village house and also the catacombs when we first encountered the villain. That would have forced her to the Shrine of Lamatsu, and we would have known where she was at. That was a mistake on both of our parts. Number 2, forgot to do the when closing action on the catacombs when I fought the villain or the henchman and defeated him. I should have summoned and defeated an additional henchman. Then I would have successfully closed the location down. I'm going to be honest, given the fact that Valeros is such a tank, I do not think that he would have failed on his check. Just my opinion.
I mean, it's just, just defeated a henchman. It just kind of goes out of your mind at that point.
Yeah. Number 3, I guess you guys are all wondering, why did Lenny not go up to the Shrine of Lamatsu? I know I am. And I guess there was a failure of communication. We've talked about this extensively. And extensively behind the scenes. And there was a lack of communication. You thought that I was thinking that we were going to explore all of the Shrine of Lamatsu, go through it all, close it down, and then come back and attack the villain. Because she's already pinned, technically, is what you were thinking.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. For some reason, we talked about exploring and how is it going to be beneficial for us to explore this location. So that's what I had in my head. I wasn't thinking about temporarily closing it. So.
Yeah, and in my mind, I was focusing on, okay, you could go up there, you could explore, you could take the damage if it is a blessing, but you've got a cure spell and the Staff of Minor Healing, so therefore you could just heal right back up. So Lenny was absolute best prepared character to encounter that. Not to mention she's the only one with the divine skill, so she's really the only one that can perform that when closing check or banish the blessing, whichever the one you would choose. So I guess there was a definite lack of communication, and I think that a lot of this is the fact that this is the very first time we have ever played with 4 characters.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really showing all these mistakes we're making here all of a sudden. I mean, they're just compounded.
We've just got a whole lot more to think about now. 4 characters.
Yeah. Well, you got an additional couple of locations and things like that. So we apologize for it. So anyways, yes, there will be a part 3. We'll have that up in the next few days. And pretty confident we're going to get this chick, but you have to wait and see until then. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.